Good morning, everybody. So I did get a response email from Kim of the Litas. She is the managing director. This was her email response to me. I'm just going to read it real quick. The Litas warmly welcomes all women, and it's the founder's responsibility to ensure a safe space for all riders, including non binary and trans individuals. Last month, concerns were raised after you posted content on your social media that members of the Woodstock branch found transphobic and homophobic, causing discomfort. Making jokes at the expense of the LGBTQ community undermines our efforts to foster a safe and supportive environment. Consequently, several members felt uneasy, leading to the decision that you should seek another group. I support the founder's stance, as the Litas stands firmly against any form of hate speech directed at these communities. Signed, Kim Okabe. Yeah, and then she posted a couple of the memes that I posted. There's one, which was the one that says, instead of spending taxpayer money on LGBTQ and street murals, maybe government could try fixing the damn roads. Yeah, paint doesn't fix roads. Still stand by that. Pretty much common sense. Last I checked, paint doesn't fix potholes, uneven terrain, clear up salt and gravel, and all the things that are hazards to us as motorcycle riders. And then she posted another one, which is a video I posted, and it says, if straight women acted like trans women. Okay. Well, this woman posted a satire video, basically saying, like, if I acted like these people who are on TikTok and social media, this is what it looked like from a different standpoint. How is that hate speech? People put things on social media and then other people make fun of them because it's funny. Like, if someone turned around and made a page about her, I highly doubt she's going to be like, oh my God, it's hate speech. It's not hate speech. Like, get a sense of humor. I'm sorry, but I'm Gen X, right? I lived through the 80s. I lived through the 90s. I grew up with Eddie Murphy doing Raw and Delirious. I grew up with Richard Pryor, George Carlin, all of these great comedians who made jokes and did stand-up comedy around the things going on in society. They made lightheartedness of things that were serious in society so we could laugh and come together. They didn't ostracize and come down on people. It is just silly. Anyways, so here's my response. These posts aren't at anyone's expense. This is my response to Kim, by the way, her email. These aren't posts at anyone's expense. They represent a different way of thinking about social topics. They aren't phobic in any way. I do not have a fear. That's what a phobia is. A phobia is an irrational fear. You can look up the definition. Words have meanings, Anyways, let me go back to reading. Sorry. They aren't phobic in any way. I do not have a fear of homosexuality or transsexual or transvestite people. And I use both of those terms because, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and those are terms that are in the dictionary. I have a dictionary right now at home that I went and I looked these terms up. Also, I'm a member of the community. The B in LGBTQ? Yeah. I think your mission statement online is misleading and misrepresenting your organization, since the opinions of some outweighs others, whether they're in the community themselves or not. Because some people have different opinions, a lack of humor, and no tolerance for others who even think slightly differently, they are discriminated against, retaliated against, and shown zero acceptance. The Litas mission statement claims to welcome every woman passionate about riding and motorcycles. But it seems this acceptance is conditional on adhering to a specific mindset. The ironic part is that my gay, lesbian, and transgender friends find my posts amusing or can see the reality behind the statements, as they are based on real situations happening in our society. It's surprising that a group of women would choose and by that I meant it's surprising that a group of adult women would choose to send an Instagram message about posts that don't concern them, rather than having a conversation. I'm not the only member of the group experiencing issues as well, but others are too afraid to speak out due to fear of retaliation. So much for fostering a safe and supportive environment for all women. And I just want to say at the end of my email, I said, well done, Kim. It seems you're creating groups where women who want to ride with others have to stay silent and conform their personal lives to your restrictive standards or risk being excluded. And it's true. It's like, let's go back to the mission statement from the Litas. And I actually took the time to rewrite the mission statement for the Litas. So, Kim, if you're interested, I rewrote it for you. You had on your list for the Litas, speak up for what you believe in. Well, I put, remain silent about your beliefs. You put, or the Litas put, be unapologetically yourself. I think it should really say conform to others' expectations. The third point of the Litas is don't be afraid to go outside the norm. I wrote, stay within the boundaries of the norm of whatever your group leader deems to be the norm. 4, stand up for what you care about. I think that should say avoid advocating for your interests. 5, according to the Litas, live freely and seek adventure. I think that should really say live cautiously and avoid taking risks. And lastly, the Litas has on their list, their mission statement list, rev your engine loudly. I think it should really say be quiet and reserved and don't do anything in your personal life that the Litas group would deem to be anything that they don't like.